Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another episode of Unsung Heroes. Today we are going to be focusing in on the career of Mikey Whipwreck, the greatest underdog in the history of pro wrestling. The man that nobody thought would ever amount to anything in pro wrestling, becoming the ECW World Heavyweight Champion. This guy's been around, man. All right, I'm gonna go down and check out where it all began, which is Eastern Championship Wrestling, which became Extreme Championship Wrestling. Before becoming a pro wrestler, Mikey Whipwreck joined Eastern Championship Wrestling as a part of their ring crew, who would usually work for free as long as they could have fun in the ring themselves before and after shows had finished. Joey Styles suggested the ECW booker Paul Heyman to check him after watching Mikey Whipwreck practice a variety of aerial maneuvers before a live show began. He was hired in ECW after being asked by Heyman to wrestle in the company. Watson was trained by future tag team partner Cactus Jack and made his debut under the ring name Mikey Whipwreck on the February 1st, 1994 episode of NWA Eastern Championship Wrestling. All right, so that was where it all began for him. And now I'm going to talk about some of the stuff that I remember watching as a fan. I missed Mikey's big run as far as live television goes, but we used to go down to the ECW arena and pick up some cassette tapes, from RF, and we would check out some of the older ECW supercards that they had at the arena and other places. And, Mikey Whipwreck became an ECW World Heavyweight Champion when nobody thought that he could. He also defeated Steve Austin in a match in an ECW ring. Later then, when we saw Mikey was already kind of established at that point. Like, once he got over with the ECW fans. We would go down to the arena and check out his matches, and he was somebody that you knew could win, and like he could win a television title. Like he could become an ECW champ. He was a Triple Crown ECW champion, one of the few, if any, who else did it. I can't really think off the top of my head. I'd have to do some research to figure that out. But Mikey Whipwreck has done it all in ECW. Now I want to switch up a little bit here, because as Mikey Whipwreck's in-ring ability continued to grow, he also got signed by World Championship Wrestling. And, he made a surprise WCW debut at the Uncensored pay-per-view in March 99, unsuccessfully challenging Billy Kidman for the Cruiserweight Championship. He made only 3 more pay-per-view appearances. He would lose to Scotty Riggs at Spring Stampede and Van Hammer at the Great American Bash. His final WCW pay-per-view match was a Junkyard Invitational Bash at the Beach. He left WCW after several months, disillusioned by his lack of push. While in WCW, he generally wrestled in the cruiserweight division or competed against fellow ECW alumni in the hardcore division, which made him have second thoughts about staying in WCW. Now, look, this is what I want to say about this. If you go back and you watch Mikey Whipwreck in WCW, you will get to hear Bobby Heenan call commentating on his matches, and that's what I remember most about Mikey Whipwreck's WCW run. They're making it sound here on Wikipedia, which I'm reading off of, that Mikey Whipwreck had some kind of lackluster run in WCW. To me, that was not the case. He might have left because of that, but what I saw in WCW was Mikey Whipwreck getting over in the cruiserweight division because of Bobby Heenan putting him over. And I just thought that was so special of Bobby Heenan to do that. Mikey Whipwreck, to me, is somebody who overcame all odds, being just some dude who worked on the ring crew, to being some dude who impressed some people with some talent, to becoming the ECW World Heavyweight Champion, and then getting signed all the way down in Atlanta to WCW, probably for a fat money deal, or at least a money deal that was way better than what he was getting. So, I mean, to me, Mikey Whipwreck is a success story, and, I won't let anybody talk shit on Mikey Whipwreck, all right? Just remember that. And when he throws up that W nowadays, I notice he be throwing up the West Side. Mikey Whipwreck, if you are out there, Philly Wrestling loves you. Ladies and gentlemen, this wraps up this episode of Unsung Heroes. My name is Rick Reinhardt, bringing to you some of the best Philly stuff that you could imagine. Peace.